And today, what we are going to do, you are going to sit straight on the chair wherever you are sitting. There should be a smile on your face. There will be a lot of role plays today. And feel free to ask questions. Is that alright? Wherever you feel. And we will talk about employability skills. Which means we will talk about communication skills as well as interview techniques. Okay? So I keep calling you here. You know, I always say before the workshop that I am not a television channel. What happens in a TV channel? You sit there and enjoy the screen. Here you will talk and I will also talk. Is that alright? And I will keep walking in the room and I can catch anybody of you. Alright? Fine. So let me begin the session with a story. Is that alright? Yes. Are you all excited?
Yes, sir.
I was flying Guwahati recently. And normally I avoid bus friend, train friend, plane friend. But that day a young lady was sitting next to me. Okay, I can see some of the smiles. And I couldn't resist myself. And I told her, "Ma'am, you're wearing marriage ring in a wrong finger." She looked into my eyes and said, "Yes, sir, you are right." I said, "Okay, fine. Why are you so excited?" She said, "Sir, because I got married to a wrong person." The message here is, you should lead a regret-free life. Choose the right kind of career. Give your best and wonderful things will happen in your life. You know you're in the right age group. And if you set your mind to achieve any goal, you will be able to do that. You remember that iconic dialogue of Diwar? "Mere paas bangla hai, gaadi hai." You can say, "Mere paas jawani hai, taakat hai, and I can do anything." Alright, fine. So, audio hai yahan par ya nahi hai? Nahi hoga, doesn't matter. What is the meaning of communication? Anybody? What? Yeah. What is the meaning? Yeah. Okay.
जो किसी के साथ जो कम्युनिकेशन है, जैसे कभी मैं आपसे जो कर रहा हूँ कम्युनिकेशन है.
Okay.
किसी को कुछ बताना, किसी से बात करना, कम्युनिकेशन.
That's a good answer. Okay, fine. Sit down. All right. Yes, you.
Sharing ideas in encoding a message to a person.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes.
Conveying ideas, feelings, or emotions to a person through a
All right.
medium.
All the answers are good. Anybody else? One more person? Yeah. I want you to do certain things. But when I tell you, you get angry, irritated, then I have conveyed you anger, irritation. So what is the hallmark of good communication? The kind of response I get. So communication is the response I get. Fine? Alright? And there are three aspects. Okay, board is quite far. Then board. You know what is the best way to enjoy any session, any workshop?
Participate in it.
Participate, ask questions, and learn. Shake your body. Keep standing up. Participating in the role play. Can you just take it off? So, here you see. So, I am now getting quite far away from you, but that is the way. There are three aspects of communication skills. Number one, body language. Number two is tone. Number three is voice, which means content. And let me tell you, if the total is 100, आप कितना marks body language को देंगे, tone को देंगे, voice को देंगे? Volunteer, even if you don't know, doesn't matter. Yes. Make a white face. कहाँ थे आप? हर workshop में एक आदमी ऐसा मिलता है. Very nice. Okay. Fine. We'll go by it. 33, 33, 33. Anybody else? I want you to confirm it right now.
So body language 50.
50?
25.
Okay, body language 50, 25, 25. Very good. Anybody else?
So body language 25.
25, 25 and 50, right? Even the board is shaking out of the Alright, anybody else? That's it? Okay. अब देखिए जो behavioral scientists what they have found. I keep it English, Hindi mix. It's all right?
Yes.
Okay. So body language is 55%. 38% is your tone. इसका मतलब है कि आप communicate कर देते हैं 93% even when you are not talking. And the content or the voice is 7%. This does not mean that the content is not important. Content is important. लेकिन आप बात को किस तरीके से present करते हैं वो ज़्यादा important है. That is why body language is 55%. Tone का आप समझते हैं tone क्या होता है? Can anybody do that? Can you come here? Yes. All right. And can you come here? Yeah. Yes, yes. I'm asking you only. Come here. Can you greet her? Right. Yeah. Okay. Hi, absolutely. Okay. Can you greet her? Let me see. Okay. This is really all right. Okay. So, बड़ा ही वो था. Mind soft. Someone imagine I come like here and say, my name is Alok. Will it make impact? So when you meet a person, there should be a smile and voice with warmth होना चाहिए. That's very, very important. What's your name? Suraj. Good afternoon, Suraj. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Good. And जब भी आप लड़की से मिलो, let the girl extend her hand. सूरज बहुत हटपटी देता है, जल्दी से आओ. Alright. So that is a small question. I'm not going to write down. So are you understanding? 38% is your tone, 55% is your body language, 7% is a voice, meaning thereby that what I know is not important. How do I present? That's more important. Clear again? Very important. Now, whenever you talk to anybody, your tone should be very polite. बहुत respectful होना चाहिए और बहुत ही politely बात कीजिए. That's very, very important. Now, did he say anything Charlie Chaplin? But the story is clear.
Yeah.
Similarly, it happens with you in your life also. So, this particular knowledge you have to carry in your interview skills.
So you can switch off the light.
Your body language is 55%, tone is 38%, and how this will be applied in your interview when you will actually give the interview. Alright, so I want 2 volunteers right now. Raise your hand. You become powerful only when you participate. Alright, and today you are going to, no. You go out and come back. Go there and come. You will learn a lot of things today. And I want you to give me your feedback. Yes.
Sir, just a second.
You know the people, those of you who have a doubt कि body language 55% कैसे हो सकता है? आप अपने स्कूल के दिनों में जाइए. One teacher came and said good morning and the class was quiet. And another teacher struggled. And the class was not quiet. All because of body language. Come.
Sit down.
Speak a little louder so that it's being recorded here.
I'm Arjun. I'm from MBA from GJS Tecnia Institute for Advanced Technology. And I have the same experience in operations. I am currently in more internships. It was in HR. So right now I'm looking for a job in the business
Why should I select you?
No, just wait. Can you share your strengths and weaknesses? Yeah.
And my weakness is I can focus one at a time.
And where do you see yourself after 10 years?
After 10 years, I see myself working in an MNC, office, coordinates, making decisions. I see myself as an extrovert.
Alright, okay, great. So I want one more participant. Give him a round of applause for him.
Can you introduce yourself?
As a manager. Manager. Oh. Okay, fine. Alright, okay, good. Please ask another question.
So,
Any other 5 years hence?
like,
I'll tell you what she has not explained yet. After 5 years, when is it?
after 5 years, where you see yourself?
Okay, alright. Good, give a round of applause for her. And one more participant. Anybody? Oh, you're looking very handsome, come. Ask her the same question. Hey, just a minute. Do you have duster over here? Right. Yeah. Ask.
Can you introduce yourself?
Can we little louder? I'm working. Amazing. ठीक है. All right. Give a round of applause. Fine. You can keep sitting here wherever you want. Right. Now this is the first question. Was it easy to answer? Let me ask her first. The question introducing yourself.
Sir, depends. For me, it is.
It was easy. Okay. Where is that boy who was sitting here? How did you find the question?
It was easy,
But you were not able to do that. You know what we think. This is an easy question. कल कर लेंगे तैयारी. Tomorrow never comes. Finally, interview date comes. Who was the third boy? Yes. How did you find this question? But okay. It was good. It was good. Okay, fine. So I will give you a structure. You need to understand, and then sure you will do it right. Then once I will go through it. So whenever you are supposed to introduce yourself, you have to follow a format, a structure. Right now, what happened? You all tried very well. I am full of appreciation for all of you. But you did not follow structure. Obviously, you were not aware, and that's the reason I am here. First of all, you will tell your name, and where it will be. I am or my name is. People coming from good schools and colleges make a mistake of myself. Don't do that. Then you will talk about your educational qualification which you did. And I think she also did that. So education, I'm just writing here EQ. This will be from highest to lowest. You will start with your current qualification and then go back to your 12th. Okay, so I just write here highest to lowest. Maybe you were a captain of cricket team, maybe you were a dancer, maybe you have participated in debating. Talk about your achievement. And if there is none, skip. I was recently taking an interview session with a retired chairman of Union Public Service Commission, and the very first thing he said, that in interview, never ever say a lie. Don't try to bluff. If you don't know, you don't know. As simple as that. Achievement, okay? Then you will talk about your 3 strengths. person. I'm ready to learn new skills in order to accomplish a given task. You know, there are two kinds of people in this world: growing up and growing old. So there can be 20 years old boy and 70 years old young man, because you're constantly learning. So the interviewer will feel happy. Oh, this guy is coachable. Good. Next important point here is, first point was coachable, I have mentioned. Number two, I'm a target-oriented person or target-driven. The moment you move into the corporate, there will be annual target, half-yearly target, quarterly target, weekly target, monthly target, daily target. So the moment you say that you love meeting targets, you love meeting your goals within a given deadline, what will happen? That will give a sense of comfort to the person who is interviewing you. Third one, I am a team player. आपके फैमिली में कोई एक ऐसे होंगे, किसी से पढ़ता नहीं होगा, सबसे लड़ाई होगी, हमारे फैमिली में भी. So nobody wants to have a person who is a cause of disturbance. So when you say, "Sir, I'm a team player and I know how to maintain rapport with my team members and team leaders," that will give also a sense of comfort to the person. Actually, your interview begins here when you talk about your strength. You can also say that I believe in hard work, perseverance, consistency. I have a leadership quality, but then you have to say that you have organized events in your schools and colleges. Fine. So there can be n number of strengths. You will use your 3 most powerful strengths. Clear? Okay. Then you come down to weakness. Do you think weakness share करना चाहिए? नहीं करना चाहिए. What do you think?
We have to share our strengths and kind of weaknesses.
Strength का kind of weakness. Yes, you.
Sir, weakness हमेशा पूछा जाए.
जब पूछा जाए, नहीं पूछा जाए तो मत बोलिए.
So strengths should be disguised as weaknesses.
Strength can be disguised as a weakness. So I am giving you a situation. Let's say the communication skill of a candidate is very weak, and the moment he opens his mouth, it is clear that the communication skill is questionable. What should you do in that case? Nahi sir, मेरा communication skill तो बहुत अच्छा है. All right, you must talk about your weakness. But I will give you 2 magical lines today. Let's say your communication skill is questionable. It's weak. Say openly, frankly, honestly, my communication skill is weak. However, after getting aware of this fact, I have hired a trainer, a coach, or a teacher, and with him I am working on my communication skills. There is nobody in this world who is perfect. Even the person who is taking interview is not perfect. But the moment you show that proactiveness, it becomes your strength. Is there anybody who stammers? किसी के पास problem? There was a boy who had a problem of stammering. And then he was supposed to go for an interview. I told him, when you go inside the room, tell them that you stammer. It is not your fault. That boy is today an IPS officer. So admit your weakness. So I always share a story. A girl was being interviewed in IIM Bangalore, and she was asked, the professor asked her, "Do you have any weakness?" She said, "Sir, none." Professor भी मानने वाला नहीं. उसने पूछा, "May I consider you goddess?" She said, "You can consider." So don't do that. Okay? Weakness आपको share करना है. And now my friend told me that as a strength should be shared as a weakness. You can do that. You can say that I become impatient when I don't meet my target or finish my job in a given time frame. You can say that. That will come as a strength only. But I will suggest you, if there is any weakness, do admit it. Okay? What is the weakness? Stage fear. Okay. So say that I am working on it. Admit it. The interviewer will feel good about you. Then comes hobby. Okay. So, yeah, what is your hobby? Hobby क्या है? Dancing. What kind of dancing you do? She's not sure. All right. Yes. What's your hobby?
So I love playing all sorts of sports and all.
Which kind of sports?
So cricket, football.
Cricket, football. Do you know in depth about cricket, football? That's very nice. So again, I'll tell you an incident. A girl said that I love cooking. She was asked, what does she cook? She said, Maggie. ऐसा आंसर आपको नहीं देना है. So when you talk about hobby, you should know about your hobby. Like she said about dancing, and then she froze almost. No problem. You are learning today. So point here. Okay. Now my friend walked in from the outside. Did you see? Okay. Now obviously this was informal session, so he came without knocking the door. And I have made that mistake in my life. I was giving interview in XRI Jamshedpur. Father Gaidera was dean. He was taking interview. And the first question I entered, what is your name? Archit. The way Archit entered, I also entered. And the first question he asked me, Alok, don't you know how to enter the room? You should have knocked the door. So I learned it very hard way. Remember that. And listen, your body language is important. Somebody had come over there. I don't want to take name. He was shaking his leg. Don't shake leg. And recently in one of the interviews, I tried to make somebody comfortable. We were there 4 or 5 people. So that candidate after some time sat like this. तो ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कौन किसका इंटरव्यू ले रहा है. So don't do that. Sit erect. There should be a smile. अब ऐसा भी नहीं कि जोर-जोर से ठाका. There should be an eye contact. That's important. Don't shake your leg. Don't sit like this. Cross your leg. Don't do that. No, you can do it. All right. Don't sit like this. It means defensive posture. Body language is important. Yes, or you are afraid. And sometimes, we buy shoe exactly before interview. और बाटा में तो शूट ठीक था. लेकिन इंटरव्यू के दिन पता लग रहा है कि फिटिंग ठीक नहीं था, टाइट हो रहा है. Then I start limping. So, and that affects your body language. And recently a friend of mine who was taking interview in TCS told me he had almost shortlisted the guy. But when he returned, the Peter England about price tag in Gather he had forgotten to take it off. What I'm trying to do is tell you very importantly that you should be appropriately dressed. It's not important that you dress yourself in a new dress. आप comfortable dress करिए. जो पुराना dress में भी काम चल जाएगा. It should be well ironed, greased, and wear leather shoe. Sports shoe is good in school and college. And when you are wearing brown belt, then your shoe should be also brown for boys. It cannot be a brown belt and black shoe. That you cannot do that. And of course, मेरा time नहीं permit कर रहा है. Otherwise, I would have discussed dress code for both boys and girls. But that will happen at some time later. So, have you understood the question? पहला question क्या था? पहला question क्या था? Okay, now you describe yourself. Ajab. Describe yourself. Like this. Describe yourself.
So, good afternoon, I am of the Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies, and I am pursuing the MBA of this college.
Okay, I am stopping you right now. Introducing yourself and describing yourself. Is it the same question or two different questions? What is the little difference?
Sir, when you're introducing yourself, you're just saying a little bit about your name and all. But when you're describing yourself, you're talking about your strengths and weaknesses.
Very good, super, excellent. Give a round of applause. There are two different questions. When I say dance, okay, you stand there. Wait. So there are two different questions. So what happens? Interview देने के लिए ये गया, इनसे पूछा गया, बोला introduce yourself. His friend also got introduced. इसको बोला बाहर में जाकर के, वो याद है कोट पहन के आलोक आया था, वो बोल के गया था introduce yourself. बिल्कुल ठीक बात है. इनसे पूछ लिया describe yourself. इन्होंने ध्यान से सुना नहीं. For a good communication skills, you need to be a good listener. इसने भी introduce कर दिया होता है, and that is where it happened. So if Ernst and Young comes in the campus, they do this kind of things quite a lot. Okay, now you introduce yourself. Yeah, you can see the format and stuff.
First, good afternoon everyone. I am Sharma and I am pursuing the MBA from the Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. And I have So I have done my schooling senior secondary from the Delhi in the Peak Public Senior Secondary School.
Okay.
Graduation भी तो किया होगा.
Yes, ma'am. And I have done my graduation in the BBA in Finance from the Galgodia University at the Noida.
Okay. Noida or Greater Noida?
Greater Noida.
Alright.
Something about your internship we can speak. Then
No, I have no internship done.
No problem. Anything else about it? Okay. Come. I've been making you sit here. Yes. And I want all of you to hear and understand. Introduce yourself. This is, even if you don't learn anything today, and you learn how to introduce yourself, my visit to your college will be successful. Of course, we will be discussing many other things. Go ahead.
Good morning, all of you. My name is Aparna Mishra, and I'm born and brought up from New Delhi. I'm pursuing MBA from GGSITU Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. I completed my graduation in BA Economics from Delhi University. I had an achievement certificate from DELF certificate of from France Ministry for speaking French language. I have a side interest in learning different languages also, so I am currently practices in Japanese in writing and Korean through vocalizing. And talking about my strengths, I'm good at handling people, as previously in my graduation time, I have handled some of the seminars conducted by me and my group. So I'm good at leadership skills, handling people, and my hobbies are I love dancing and singing. So
And you're without any weakness.
so I have a weakness. I prefer to do detailed work. So it takes some time, but I do detailed work.
Alright, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, fine. Now, this needs practice. And let me tell you something. आप इंट्रोडक्शन का इस फॉर्मेट का प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा, मोबाइल पे अपनी आवाज को रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिएगा. शुरुआत में आपको अपने आवाज सुन के काफी दुख होगा, मन करेगा मोबाइल तोड़ दें, पर उसमें आर्थिक क्षति हो जाएगी. Don't do that. But you need to practice this. This world belongs to the people who prepare themselves, and you need to prepare. And once you prepare, you will be different from 90% of the people, of the population. Next question I had asked, what do you want to do after 10 years? I am happy that nobody said that I want to become an entrepreneur. You should become an entrepreneur. Interview में मत बोलिएगा entrepreneur. Okay? Some people say I would like to become a vice president. या आप जिस कुर्सी पर बैठते हैं उसी कुर्सी पर मैं बैठता हूँ. Don't make that mistake. Talk about your profile. Corporate world में designation नहीं चलता है. एक कंपनी का GM दूसरे कंपनी का ब्रांच मैनेजर हो सकता है. Understand this. So designation does not matter. Designation is only applicable in the government of India organization. So you will talk about profile. Like I should have a big team, defined territory, accountable for the performance of a particular department. This should be your language. Clear? So don't make a mistake of referring to your designation. ठीक है? Clear हो गया इतना? All right. So these three questions is good enough for today. One last question. If I give you an option to become an animal, what kind of animal you would like to become? Yeah. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Yes. Yes. If I am giving you a choice to become animal, what kind of animal would you like to become? It's quite. Why? It's so simple a question. Yes, you.
is the most beautiful bird, but she never claimed it, and she always cried when she looked at her feet. And that's I want to be, never be like confident on myself. I always want to work on myself.
Alright, fine. Fine. Yes. Crocodile, why?
So, because they are very observant. And when the people are observant,
So I allow you to become whatever animal you want to become. Your reason should be very strong. That's important. Okay. Now, I'm shifting from interview to the resume format. What is resume? Everybody knows resume?
Yes.
What is CV का full form? क्या होता है?
Curriculum.
दोस्त आपने नहीं पूछा CV का full form? No, okay. Yes, CV का full form. Okay, you tell me CV का full form. CV का full form. Huh? Very good. Curriculum vitae. So resume, curriculum vitae, biodata. Although there is a small difference, for you it's all the same. Right? Okay. अब दिक्कत क्या होता है करिकुलम वाइटे का स्पेलिंग लिखने में गलती हो जाती है ओके कैन यू ट्राई नहीं हमेशा फर्स्ट ईयर करना गलत दैट विल बी नॉट फेयर कैन यू राइट हियर बोर्ड पर करिकुलम वाइटे का स्पेलिंग सो करिकुलम लिखा है नीचे देखो क्या लिखा है And the reason why I have discussed it, there's a reason behind it. यहाँ पर fresher resume format है. The reason why I have discussed with you, people make mistake in spelling. They make spelling errors. There is a grammatical error. Format का error होता है. So I'll just now show you. Okay. Is it visible to everybody? Is it visible? Yes, sir. Okay. So this side is the picture, here is your name, then your mobile number, email, then there is a career objective to grow a career in a renowned firm, and you can always change this. You cannot take even a pic because this is not coming properly. Then you will talk about your educational qualification. Then if there is a technical skill or achievement, you will talk about. Point I am trying to tell you is that keep your resume simple. Format में कोशिश करूँगा आपको अलग से दे दें. This format is approved by different corporates. ठीक है, HR approved है. So you can follow this simple format of resume, and that is what. How many of you have already prepared resume? Do you have right now in your phone? Can you show it to me? Yeah. Okay, open it. Let me see some of your resume. Overall looks fine, but in the end of the session, I'll give you my mobile number. You can WhatsApp me. Look. Certificates, organizations, interest. Looks fine, superficially, when I look at it. And I'm not getting deep into it. That's important point. I'll look at it. What I will do, you can note down my mobile number. In fact, large number of you must be aware. Delhi University students are already attached and they keep asking, no money will be charged. Okay. And you can keep. So my mobile number is 987 333 4247. और ऐसा मत करना 7 बजे मैसेज किया और 8 बजे तक आया नहीं बोला था. He did not keep his word. I will take 24 to 48 hours to reply you. 987 333 4247. You have any question related to your career, interview techniques, English language, resume, LinkedIn, you can talk to me. Fine. Okay. Don't follow shortcuts in life. So I'll tell you a story. ऐसा तो monotonous हो जाएगा. Can I tell you a story? Sure. Okay. So a friend of mine, he has got a son, a very bright, budding cricketer. He's a student of class 9th, and whenever I go to his place, he always tells me he has scored 150 runs, 200 runs. And I also thought at one point of time, maybe another Virat Kohli or MS Dhoni is coming up. However, one day when I went to his place, he was in tears. So I asked him what happened. He said, school mein politics ho gaya. I said, what kind of politics ho gaya? Well, they have not selected me in the cricket team. So I said, don't worry, I'll speak to your cricket coach. So I called up the cricket coach and told him, when Rajesh has scored so many centuries, why have you not selected him? He said, you are absolutely right, sir. He has scored a series of centuries. Still I have not selected. I said, why? So I'll tell you the reason. Reason now I am also getting, restless. He said he's a student of class 9 and he plays cricket with class 3 students to score centuries. So life mein kai baar kya hota hai na, we don't grow up in our life. Suppose I have passed out 10th और जैसे मैं स्कूल में behave कर रहा था वैसे ही मैं 12th में, BBA में, MBA में behave करता रहता हूँ. When you buy medicine, what do you check? Alright, so we all human beings also have an expiry date, meaning thereby the way you did your 10th, you cannot do your 12th in the same way. The way you did your 12th, you could not do your graduation in the same way. And the way you did your graduation, you cannot do your masters in the same way. And the way you did your masters, you could not do your job in the same way. तो जीवन में हर स्टेज पर आपको अपने आप को reinvent करना पड़ेगा. Learn, unlearn and relearn. That's very, very important. Unless I don't do that, I don't make a progress. There's a difference between a person who gets 4 lakh rupees package and the person who gets 25 lakh rupees package. Interview skills, resume, your way of talking. Do I see interest in your eyes? That is also important. Somebody comes and sits like this. Interview हो रहा है तो चला है. जल्दी ले लो. और नौकरी भी दे दो. So it doesn't work. You need to show a lot of interest. That's important. So life में what you need to do is to reinvent yourself every time. In life, either you go forward or you come backward. There is no status quo. So make sure that you are learning every day. Make sure. I was in Vietnam a few years ago and for a training program, and there was a trainer from Singapore, and he asked us, कि आप रात में सुबह आप क्यों जाते हो रात में सोने के बाद? So we thought, what a third class question. So we answered कि नींद पूरी हो जाती है. Then he replied कि इससे ज़्यादा third class question नहीं हो सकता. Answer नहीं हो सकता. And he said, you should get up every day to inspire people. To read a few pages. If you cannot read 10 pages, read 5 pages. If you cannot read 5 pages, read 1 page. If you cannot read 1 page, read 1 paragraph. And if you cannot read 1 paragraph, read at least 2 lines. So every day studying is very important. Get ready to inspire people. You should be a source of pride to Tecnia Institute. लोग आपके बारे में बात करें. ये thought process होना चाहिए. Become a role model wherever you go. That should be the intention. Whether you become or you don't become is besides the point. There will be several factors behind that. But that thought process makes a difference. When you sit in the class, you sit with the motivation कि आज तो कुछ सीख करके जाना है. And when you read a book, you read it कि जब इसको मैं पढ़ लूँगा, I will have a command over it. I will be probably the best student of this particular topic. When I think big, when I think powerfully, then every nerve and cell of my body reacts accordingly. And I see a lot of people who don't grow because they don't have the courage. And I was reading another day a wonderful book. The sword is useless in the hand of a coward. Talwar bekar hai. So if you have 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, you can achieve any goal in this world. Couple of years ago, I met Arunima Sinha, पढ़ लीजिएगा Google में, दोनों पाँव नहीं है माउंट एवरेस्ट पर जाने। So it's determination that's important. So when I interact with my participants, so some of them, not some of them, all of them are very good, but people lack that determination and courage. And it's very important in life to ask good questions. How many of you ask questions in the class? Maybe a microscopic minority, because I also go to different places and I see people don't ask questions. We have been trained to write good answers, but good answer is a byproduct of a good question. And Peter Drucker, a famous management guru, said that the difference between a Nobel Prize winner and normal person is only one. A Nobel Prize winner asks bigger and better questions. और दुख आपको आज से 5 साल 10 साल के बाद ज्यादा होगा जब आपका ही दोस्त आपका बॉस बन जाएगा. The world is becoming increasingly competitive. There is no harm your friend becomes a boss. But he has become a boss because I am incompetent, that is painful. So try to become best whatever you do. And now let me come to an important. Be well dressed, neat and clean. Be well dressed का मतलब ये नहीं कि बहुत अच्छे महंगे कपड़े पहने, but you should be well dressed. Your shoes should be well polished the way your shoes are polished. Second is behavior. Very polite behavior. Robin Sharma has written that Steve Jobs was one of the most polite person in the world. C. Communication and courtesy. Courtesy is important. Sorry. Thank you. If somebody needs a chair, get up and give the chair. That's important. And what is D? Anybody?
Determination.
All right. Good. That answer is right. Anything else? Okay, fine. Anything else? Digital presence. Your LinkedIn profile, that's important. There are organizations, where the HR person only sits on LinkedIn and they try their best. Recruiters and hiring managers come to you instead of vice versa. How nice it will be when you receive a phone call today that I'm calling from XYZ company. Will you be interested to come for an interview? That's very important. You get a ton of offers. LinkedIn is full of recruiters spending their entire day on the platform looking for candidates just like you. Is that important? How many of you are on LinkedIn? Raise your hand. Good number. Very nice. Excellent. Okay. Go ahead. Again. What is the most important aspect in your LinkedIn? ये तो जो चल रहा है. Anybody, can you make a guess? Yes.
Sir, the profile you have selected should be positive and the way you represent.
Okay, fine. Anybody else? Connections, you? Content, yes.
Profile or the job description.
Profile or job description. Anybody else? What do you think? First of all, your professional photograph, that is important. वो Facebook वाला फोन मत करिएगा, शोल्डर पर हाथ रखिए, वो नहीं काम चलेगा. Professional photograph is very very important. Aim at professional but friendly photograph. This is very important. How do you look at LinkedIn is important. Okay, go ahead. Your headline is super important. Since it is your first thing, recruiters see when it should convey who you are, what you are in a short way. Now, please understand one thing. If you are reading this thing, you are not necessarily understanding, and even if you understand, you will not be able to write it. So, पहले लिख लीजिएगा और किसी से check करवा लीजिए. That's very important. Taking guidance is very very important. Can you go ahead? Having the right line, include profession, specific skills and titles is also okay as long as they are relevant. Fine, that's not. आगे आओ. Correct examples. This is more for IT company. आपके साथ Scrum Master, you can talk about your sales or HR or finance, whatever it is. Why? Incorrect example देखो कैसे लोग. Coordinator, marketing samurai. Don't do this. Developer unicorn. Okay, so talk in a more professional way. Okay, आगे चलिए. Create a summary that stands out. Your LinkedIn summary. Again, write it. Get it checked. Somebody says it is not well written, तो उसके against में मत बोलिएगा. There are people who get angry. ऐसा कैसे बोल दिया कि मैंने करा दिया. So don't do that. Take guidance and then put it. You know, intelligent person वो है जो दूसरों से सीख ले. अगर हमेशा मैं गलती करके सीखूंगा तो क्या फायदा है? Life is not that long. Okay. A good LinkedIn summary includes the following: your years of experience in your current field, a list of your most relevant skills. This usually includes hard skills, tools you have with programming framework. So whatever relevant skills you feel. If you feel, of course, this is more for a software side. Maybe you're good in communication skills. Maybe your public speaking is very good. Maybe you're very persuasive. Achha, how many of you? This is a very important question I'm asking you. Will tell in interview my communication skill is very good. Okay, I'm very happy because there was a particular institution where everybody was writing, including resume, my communication skill is very strong. ये तो यार मैं ही claim नहीं करूँगा. Because interview में बात से बात निकलती. So you can say I'm a highly persuasive person. I can persuade others to do what I want. वो वहाँ तक चलेगा. But don't make this mistake. Okay, so for your experience, of course you are not experienced about your academic field and the kind of person you want to become. That's also very important. Okay, let's go ahead. Fine. What you are passionate about, don't read everything. Your parent job title, you are a student. What you have excelled at any relevant accomplishment, what you are passionate about, what kind of role you are looking about. Sometimes in life, not sometimes, always, we are very vague. So be specific what you want to achieve in your life. Can you go ahead? If you do digital marketing, you can add the keywords. Keywords is also important. We will not get into too much, but understand this. That's why I have given you my WhatsApp number. The seminar begins after this workshop gets over, where you can discuss a lot of things. Can we go ahead? If you have certification that is highly relevant for your role, you should include them on your LinkedIn profile. Simple but obvious, yes. Write in the first person. मैंने ऐसा बहुत सा केस आता है. क्या नाम है आपका? Ayush. Ayush is academically a brilliant boy. Ayush has done this. Write in the first person. CV में कई बार third person चल सकता है. LinkedIn में third person नहीं चलेगा. Write in the first person. Very important. लेकिन कभी-कभी हम जीवन में गलती कर देते हैं, सब कुछ जानते हैं. आगे चलते हैं. Okay. How will you add your contacts? That's the question I'm asking you. LinkedIn. You may not get the time to write very good content. So how will you add the content? Anybody? Yes, you. Yeah. You know, sometimes we are sitting here, but my mind is in Paris. New York. Okay, fine. Yes. Anybody? Appreciate करिए दूसरों के मेल के लिए. Thank you for sharing. What a wonderful meal. People love appreciation. और आपका contact बढ़ता चला जाए. Of course, you should can write wherever. तो दूसरों के content पर comment कीजिए और ये मत कीजिएगा कि क्या खराब content. Then you will become unpopular. Yes, go ahead.
So, like, if I've seen some content on like LinkedIn, I can share it on my profile. And like, if I read a fact somewhere, I can share it on my profile so that everyone can wait for my content also.
You can do that. Definitely, you can do that. Okay. I think you have some other question in mind which you can discuss with me later. And if you're looking for a job, तो open to job. आजकल देखा है LinkedIn में बना रखा है. There is a circle written over there, so you can inform. Okay. Can you go ahead? Okay. This is good enough. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be on LinkedIn powerfully. The more I say, the less it is. Okay. So let me share with you one more story which will help you in life. Okay. There was a boy, 20 years old boy. He went to an astrologer. Okay. Is there water? So he went to an astrologer and showed his horoscope. जन्म पत्री दिखाया. पूछा बताइए मेरा भविष्य कैसा है. So that astrologer looked into his horoscope carefully उस बच्चे ने पूछा मेरा जीवन इस तरीके का कब तक चलेगा? He said 20 years more. Boy felt sad, came back home, calculated 20 plus 20, 40, शाम में फिर फोन किया. Yeah, I want to meet you again. एस्ट्रोलॉजर भी खुश हो गया. एक्चुअली उसने क्या सोचा कि 20 साल का एज है, कोई बात नहीं, 40 साल से नए जीवन की शुरुआत कर लेंगे. So he came to the astrologer, paid the fees, और बोला कि आप ठीक से बताओ 20 साल के बाद मेरे जीवन में क्या होगा. The astrologer said सब कुछ ठीक रहेगा. बोला ऐसा है, बुरा समय तो बहुत ग्राफिक डिटेल से बताएगा, अच्छे समय बता नहीं रहे हो. बोला सर आप चिंता क्यों करते हो, 20 साल के बाद आपको अपने जीवन जीने की आदत हो जाएगी, कुछ भी बुरा नहीं लगेगा. So that is the story of human life. You know, we get used to mediocrity. And the one thing I will tell you, don't go try to become mediocre student. Be a superstar, be a champion. You know, whenever I go for the corporate training, so during the tea break or lunch break, people come and tell me, विराट कोहली ने सेंचुरी फिर नहीं करा, या सलमान खान का मूवी 300 करोड़. मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ आपके सेल्स टारगेट का क्या हुआ? बोले यार अभी तो कोविड से निकले हैं. Point here is that my expectation from myself is very less. Increase your expectation. That's very important. अपने आप से expect कीजिए खूब ज़्यादा. And there is one point of communication skills, and this is my favorite point, and this will be the last point. This is called self-communication, which means Ayush talks to Ayush. What's your name? Aparna talks to Aparna. Alok talks to Alok. Now this communication is repetitive and negative. 60 से 80,000 thoughts pass होते हैं मेरे दिमाग में. So self-communication is important. Preparation is important, and every good thing has to come to an end. I'm really enjoying talking to all of you, but then ma'am is also telling me time is up. So, thank you very much.